actually not doing too badly. We've got our last guest speaker. He had to train. So for FD, if you're on and you can hear me, it's time for you to come on video. I will just announce right now that one of my other angels who's been a founding member and a dear friend also, Miss Kendra Wright of Dramatically Real Beauty. If you go to her IG, you can just Google Dramatically Real, and she has got awesome set of natural organic beauty products, but she had to have surgery. So she had an injury, she had to have surgery, so she was not able to make this. So I'm giving her a plug with that. And I'm not seeing FD. We've been communicating and giving some time. All right, so I will go ahead and introduce him. But FD, if you can hear me, FD, it looks like you came off mute. FD? Okay, maybe not.
I'm here. You have to allow the video. The video is disabled.
Okay, Harmony, could you promote FD and Lisa Nicole, also the panelists, please?
Okay, I'll work on it now.
And help Lisa with her prize chart. Thank you. Anyone else having any problems? Chat with Harmony or Dr. Kelly, my wonderful co-host for today. All right, so FD, we'll wait for FD to pop up. I'll go ahead and introduce you, FD. All right? Until you get on. So FD has been a long...
I think I'm on.
Yeah, but your video. That is
Okay.
my son. Okay. So I think you've got to start video.
FD, what is your name listed as?
Phoday, Dolleh.
Phoday, Dolleh.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce you. You and Harmony will help you out there, and you will be our last speaker, guys. And then we're going into prizes. All right, so we're almost there. All right, so FD has been my BFF for many, many years. And not only has he been that, but he has been a mentor to my 3 sons, my 3 boys. And he has given me advice sometimes because advice that I don't like sometimes. Yeah. And yes, he has. The good news is that he was able to help my firstborn son, Chris, become a professional athlete, follow his dreams, and do what he wanted to do in life. So for that, I will always be grateful to my friend FD. FD has been a founding sponsor to AngelsAreNetworking since day one, no questions asked. I said, so I won't go on and on about him, but he has been a professional athlete for most of his life. He's also an agent, I think a FIFA agent, and he also hides in bushes and scouts people, the scout kids on the field when they don't know he's there. But he takes, what I love about him, he's very compassionate, and that's for both male and female athletes. He's been a key factor in helping several young athletes, student athletes, go to college, get scholarships, and also go professional and play internationally too. So with that, FD, if your video is working, would like to see you now.
Real quick, FD, again, I don't see your name in the attendees list. Are you listed by a phone number?
He's in the panelist, I think, but he's
For the PHODAY.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
Got him?
Let's see.
Okay, so FD, while that is going, I think what we may want to start about is for the parents that are on here who have young children with that dream to go to college and play any type of sports, and maybe also some who has a dream of going pro. What are the characteristics or attributes that you think it's important for a young person to have in order to attain those goals?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody here. There were some very amazing professionals on, and I'm very grateful and blessed to be here in this holy month of Ramadan. So I hope everything I say here will be able to bless somebody here. Even if I can bless one person, that's a blessing for me. Again, I deal with young people all the time, and it's very simple. Be yourself. Okay. You have to love it. The first thing I tell everybody, whatever you do, whatever sports you play, you have to love it. And in loving it, because sports gets very, very, very difficult. There's the rough time, there's a fun time, there's winning, there's losing, and there's injury. Okay, so a lot of obstacles. So you have to put God first in anything you're doing, and you have to love it. Okay, you have to believe in yourself. Okay, believe in God first, believe in yourself, and the rest is a piece of cake. And work very hard. Okay.
Okay,
What I do,
Phoday, FD, I made you a co-host so we can see you. Can you agree to become the co-host so we can see your video? We need you to start video. So at the lower bottom of your Zoom, where you see the bar that says mute and then video. Yes, I asked them the same thing to Harmony. Press start video. You have to press lower left-hand corner. I think you should be lower left-hand corner. You see the mute button?
I'm checking right now. Hold on
At the bottom, I think you might be on your phone. There's a mute, a video. It says stop video, start video. You just click on the video camera. Or I'm going to ask you to be a co-host again. And
start my video.
There you go. Thank you, FD. All right. Oh, okay. So, all right. So, you mentioned a lot of things about being God and having a good attitude and everything like that. Let's get to the specifics on training schedule. How often should a young middle schooler, high schooler really go into training nowadays with all these camps and football camps and school basketball leagues?
Well, you see, in sports nowadays, especially youth sports, the schedule is so loaded. There's always something from coaches and stuff like that. But the most important thing, the athlete has to take care of themselves. Okay, and we are student athletes first, right? So education has to be a priority. You have to find a way where you can study. I always say, if you have an 8 p.m. practice, you come from school, do your schoolwork. Okay, don't wait. Do your schoolwork, and then you can prepare yourself to go. If you have a early practice, 5 p.m. practice, prepare yourself, go to practice, and you come jump on your schoolwork. So you can balance it the way the best for you. Every athletes are different, but you must try to juggle your studies and your practice schedule together. Sometimes moms will schedule it, but most young athletes will be able to schedule themselves. But it is very important to balance these two because it goes together. Okay. Because if you don't have a good grades, you end up going to community school. If you get a good grades, you probably be able to go to Wake Forest or Duke or Stanford.
And that's some of the advice he gave me in terms of not pushing my son and not having my son overtrained and not having my son get involved in a lot of camps. And it was tough at first, but it worked out. My oldest son did go to Wake Forest to play college sports there before he went pro. Should athletes or parents of the athletes have a plan B in case of an injury? Or should they approach it mentally as if, well, just focus on sports?
Well, I always say sports is a risk, like if we wake up in the morning, get in the car, it's risky, right? Because you can go in accidents. So in life, you have to always prepare for tomorrow. That's why, number one, I always mention God, right? We put God first because you put God first, God will always take care of you. But we do injury preventions, okay? I had a lot of great speakers talk about health and other kinds of injury prevention. Prepare your body well, okay? Train well, eat well, rest well. Very, very, very important. Recovery is very important. Nutrition, recovery, those are very important for athletes. And if you do those work well, your risk of injury is lesser. But whatever you're doing, you have to always have a plan B, right? And that's why I spoke of being a student athlete. Take your education very serious because you can fall back on that. But as an athlete, sometimes as a pro going to pro athlete, they don't know what they're going to do. Sometimes they finish a career, they don't even know what they want to do. Sometimes they go into broadcasting or they go into coaching, even though they got a degree in business. But it's always good to have that in your back pocket.
Yes. And one of the things, my 18-year-old son who's in college right now was experiencing some pain in his groin. And he mentioned it to the trainer, the coach, the trainer, and they told him to push through it. But him being my kid, when he spoke to mama, I said, no, don't push through it, rest for 10 days and ice and stuff. So how can parents know if they go home with a child that has been injured? How do they know to take the advice of the coach or for them to follow their instincts?
Well, first thing first, we have to teach our kids to listen to their body, trust their gut. Trust that feeling that comes in you. And whether it is any kind of illness, whatever, injury, you have to be able to trust your body, because we know our body more than a doctor. I'm sorry to say that, but we know our body more than a body. We know our symptoms. We see it. We have to tell the doctor this is what's going on. Otherwise, sometimes it will be hard to diagnose. So, and the next thing I would say, moms and dads have to trust the kid. Sometimes we got all caught up into the team, and then we don't want to trust the kids. When you're feeling that pain, you have to be able to trust that kid and then stop. Again, all in all, I spoke of injury prevention. Prevention before kills. You have to prepare your body. Even though I'm a gym owner, I'm not promoting that. I think that it was David or Nolan spoke about something like that. You have to get your body right. You have to eat right. You have to rest properly. So if you take care of your body, groin injury is due to a lot of stress on your glute muscle, all stuff like that. So you have to tighten those things and train well and rest. They have to rest. Okay. Rest is very important.
Very important. See, I believe in rest. Thank you. So for parents who have kids in school playing football or basketball, is it more important for them to play for their schools, or should they go outside and play for a community traveling league?
All right, that's a topic. That's a topic I hear a lot, and it make me smile, because every time I hear that, my best friend, my high school teammates is now the president of my country, Liberia. He was a former world best soccer player. Okay. I always encourage the athlete to play for their school. You know, we're talking about high school, correct? It's always important, because that's your environment. That's your family. The club, a lot of league, like there was a league called the DA, they restricted the kids from not playing for their schools, which I was totally against. Was some ex-professional, you know, spoke against it highly. So, but I was always against it, because you got to allow the kids to play with their friends, and their friends mean their neighbors. Yeah. You know, grandma will see you, so, oh, that's Shami's son. When you go to that game, that high school game, oh, that's Shami's son. They know, because their family, they live in the same community. We're not just developing them as an athlete, we're developing them as a person. It's very good for their human growth. So, you know, so, but in terms of scouting wise, I know there's a lot of question that where do scout goes? You know, do they scout from high school, or do they scout from the club?
Scout hide in the bushes. That's what I know. Yeah. They hide in the bush. They hide in the bushes. So just, if you can just wrap with, what are they looking for when they're watching a student or a child on the field? What is the scout looking for?
Well, you know, when we talk about, I can talk in sports in general. I can speak specific soccer. Let me talk about soccer, right? Soccer have different positions, right? We got defense, we got midfield, and we got attack. So
it's going to be the short version, right, FD?
Yeah.
So just in terms of attributes, so they're looking for them to have a good fiery personality, skill.
Attitude is very important.
Okay.
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 Attitude is very important in decision making. So I will name those two.
Wonderful. And
attitude and decision making.
okay, and for parents who have kids who wants to go pro, are they supposed to go, the parents or the kids go and find an agent? Or I think one time you told me something that really bothered me. You said, Charmaine, if your kid is good, the agent will find them. Don't worry about it. And I was very annoyed with that. Is that still good advice for parents?
Yes. That's the number one. Do your job, and the rest is up to God. Well, if you put yourself in the market, people will find you. You do the right thing. Do whatever you are, try to be the best there. Okay?
I hated that.
When you be the best, we will recognize you, we'll find you. Trust me.
I hated that, but guys,
because when you start looking for agent, you're gonna find the wrong one. Okay? So
it was true. All right. So moving along to wrap this up, what is the mission of A+ Sports, and do you work with clients that are not physically located in Atlanta?
Yes, I will start with the last one. We work with clients everywhere. Okay, we got Coach Gwen, our coach, one of our performance director, moving. She's from LA, Olympian. She's in LA. You know, she's working with clients in Georgia. So she does Zoom meetings. She's very good at that. So we will help everybody. But we are located right down here. And if you are local, you feel free to stop by.
Okay. And what type of things do you have there? I know you have cryotherapy, and you cover all sports, football, basketball, soccer.
Yeah, every sports, anything that movement, anything that can move. So we say movement, performance, that's what we call it. That's why it's called A+ Sports Performance. Anything that have to do with performance, we do it. We train moms, we train the kids, we train the dads, we train people with illnesses, stuff like that. Recovery, Dr. Palmer of Emory University normally send his clients over to me because he knows exactly what I can do with them to get them ready, to get them game ready. So we do a lot of things, but we are very big on recovery and injury prevention. So recovery, we have the cryotherapy, we have the beamer therapy, we do a lot of compression, stuff like that. So we help people lose weight as well, because cryo is a weight losing machine. You get in there for 3 minutes, you burn 800 calories. Well, so we do a little bit of everything.
Guys, that's really nice. Are you going to give away a prize later on? Hang on a cryotherapy. I'm volunteering.
Well, we definitely have some price. We have some prices out there, some big prices.
All right, so hang on.
Contact Charmaine, and then we'll give you the details of the price.
All right, so hang on with that. So with that, we are going to wrap. I just want to offer up that along with FD, who's a professional, he also hires other professional trainers who are in football and other sports. So thank you, FD, for that. I know you were training, so thank you for that. And so now the guys who have hung out with us, we have officially ended the moderating and the presentation portion of the agenda. And all we have to do right now, I would like to ask Harmony to move everyone